with
this is why I think it's Michelle. People with the last names of Obama, Clinton, Pelosi, and Schumer, and they're going to figure out the way for Joe Biden to remove himself.
Why did they let him go on stage on a debate when they knew he was going to self-implode? They are pulling the strings and letting this happen.
This is going to happen within the next 30 days. Anderson Cooper does not let Kamala Harris off the hook in these next couple clips at all. And if you lose the great albino hope over here, you've lost it all. All right. But also, I want you to look at the stark contrast here. Look how regal they have Kamala Harris looking in this shot. Okay? Optics. Anyone that's in politics knows optics is everything. It's the reason that Ron DeSantis wore the platform boots, because they don't want you shorter than everybody. Like, optics are everything. Look at the optics of Kamala Harris here. You've got the flag in the background. She's done up. She's got hairs all nice.
She's sober,
presidential looking, as opposed to the feeble, pale Joe Biden. Joe Biden was paler than Anderson Cooper right here. Play the video.
Listen, first of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow
Look at Anderson Cooper's face.
Finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people, on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe Biden is extraordinarily strong, and that
on substance and policy and performance tonight. I mean, the president's performance tonight clearly was disappointing for his supporters.
Listen,
all right. First of all, there's another one, right? Don't we have another clip after this? Yeah, let's go to the next one. Here we go. All right, so they're turning on her. Here we go.
I got the point that you're making about a 1.5 hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
But is that the man who we saw on the stage tonight? Is that the person you see in meetings every day?
The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office. I got the point that you're making.
So they're turning on Kamala. And last but not least, let's take this polling here. This is a CNN poll right here. All right. 67% to 22% here. Here's the thing. Democrats alike are like, this race is over. If Joe Biden stays on the ticket, this race is over. What is interesting to me here is you look at the other people. Somehow Michelle Obama is higher than Kamala Harris or RFK Jr. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying somehow, some way. Even though Michelle Obama has said, I will not run, she's still polling higher than Kamala Harris and a guy who is running for president of the United States. Okay. Also, the CNN straw poll of who won the debate had Trump winning at 67% or 63% or something like that. No, 63 to 37. That's how it was. And that's CNN's own straw poll. Like, everyone knows that Joe Biden, it could not have possibly been worse.
Yeah.
But now I want to talk to you guys honestly. And this is where you need to hit that like button. You need to hit that share button. You need to comment your thoughts below. Okay. This is not a moment for celebration. Okay. It's just not.
Not at all.
And, Tony's wife, my sister-in-law, Jessica, actually made a point last night. She was like, hey, we should not be celebrating this because this is going to usher in somebody else coming in that's a stronger candidate. And I agree with her 100%. And that's what I said. I was like, look, this is one of those situations where it's a fine line between like, I told you.
Grant, before you move on to your thing, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So I think this plan about what's going on here, about what happened last night, is a plan that started back on November 9th, 2016, the day after Trump beat Hillary. And so what happened, I think, is that all the deep state Democrats got in a room and said, how did this happen? Fast forward 4 years when the election got stolen from Trump, and we saw all kinds of ballots that were missing and whatnot. The problem is the plan veered off course when Joe started becoming more Alzheimer's patient, and that's what happened last night. But make no mistake, I think that the Democrats, the puppet masters out there, which would be Pelosi, Schumer, Obama, they wanted this to happen because, like you said, the coup, Todd said, the sacrificial lamb. I think what happened yesterday was in their plan, and they have something else coming up, whether, like you say, a lot, Big Mike's coming, but I do believe that they are pulling all the strings. And what happened yesterday, they are sneaky as can be. They are almost a mafia criminal cartel that are going on. I think they are not stupid. Everything that happened last night is happening for a reason, and they're letting it happen because anybody in their right mind can see that Biden. You spent 2 minutes with him sitting in the same room. You can see that he is not coherent there. So why did they let him go on stage on a debate when they knew he was going to self-implode? They are pulling the strings and letting this happen.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the realities here. Mm-hmm. Okay. The realities of how this could actually work. Here's the thing. They're not going to 25th Amendment the guy because
they can't.
Then that gives you Kamala Harris, and they don't want Kamala Harris either. No. However, you can't just like 25th Amendment Joe Biden and then skip over Kamala Harris because then it's racism and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, so look at the facts of this. This was to the White House, the Biden's campaign's request, the earliest initial presidential debate ever. Okay, there has never been one this early before, ever. Okay, why? Why would they do that? Because like I said, it is a public political career suicide, just initiated by the puppet masters, the shadow government, to show Joe Biden for what he really is. And basically it's like, all right, Joe, get up there. And they basically called and like, don't help him anymore. Mm-hmm. And let the chips fall where they may. Now, how can they actually replace Joe Biden? The truth of the matter is they can't. That's the truth. Yeah. They at least by normal standards. Now we live in a world where nothing normal has happened. And even CNN said those exact words today. But here's the thing. They can't. Nope. If the incumbent president says I'm running, they got to let him run.
Yep.
It only can happen one of two ways. One, the president says I'm stepping down. Two is death and or incapacity, like there's like medical issues or things like this,
which would invoke the 25th,
right? Which would invoke the 25th
automatically.
So that's not going to happen. What they are going to do is in the next couple days, Joe Biden is like, whatever. Right now, I am telling you that I'm telling you that I'm telling you. People with the last names of Obama, Clinton, Pelosi, and Schumer are going to get Joe Biden in a room and they're going to figure out the way for Joe Biden to remove himself. Because what it does say in the bylaws of the DNC is that in the realm of a vacancy, Joe Biden cannot name his vice president as his successor.
Correct.
He can't. A true vacancy allows it to open up for the entirety of the field, and then Kamala would have to go against whoever else wants to throw their hat in the ring at that point.
And then we have to start all over.
No, we ain't starting over, dog. I'm telling you, there's two people, and they're throwing names out like Gretchen Whitmer and all this stuff. Shut up. It is Newsom or Michelle.
That's it.
That is it. Those are the only two people. No. So what's going to happen is they're going to get Joe Biden and they're going to talk this out and they're going to talk everything out and all this other kind of stuff. And Joe Biden is going to say, because I believe in the system that is America and I've listened to the people and everything like that, I have decided that I will not continue my run for president of the United States. And the second he does that, it becomes wide open to whoever wants to jump in. Mm-hmm. And the coup is in place because we like literally Monday is July. Yeah. Okay. July, August, September, October, and then the first week of November. So we're 4 months away
Yep.
from the 130 days, essentially.
And it's not going to be Hillary. Okay, it's not going to be Hillary.
No,
He's
it's
already
not. It's
beat
not Hillary.
her. She's old news. It's not going to happen, y'all.
Yeah, it's
What
not
about-
Hillary.
What about you saw last night that they were interviewing Kamala, and as much as I hate to say this, yesterday, like you just said, appearances mean everything with political things. She looked very presidential yesterday. She didn't sound very presidential, but why I'm saying that is because, again, you have all the puppet masters in the background. You have the Clintons, the Obamas, the Schumers, the Pelosi's, and if they throw Newsom at her with being the VP, her being the vice president already, do you see a ticket with
This
her
is
and Newsom?
this is why I think it's Michelle. Okay, and this is why they're not going to do another. There will not be, for the first time ever, there will not be another presidential debate. There just won't. There will not be.
No.
Okay, so Gavin Newsom has been in politics for a long time. Everybody knows Gavin Newsom. Kamala, everybody's seen what a nightmare
Right.
Kamala is. Michelle has been, the most eloquent first lady of all time. Everybody loves her. She's helping the kids eat healthier and get less fat in school and all this other kind of stuff. So what they'll do is they'll tap Michelle, and I swear, if one more person says, Michelle says she doesn't want to do it, Donald Trump said he didn't want to do it. Literally on the stage last night, Donald Trump was like, I would love to go do anything else.
And let us all remember that right now, Gavin Newsom is saying he doesn't want to do
Yes, shut up. It's going to be someone who says, I don't want to do it. You're right. If you're going to do it, you need somebody that doesn't have anything that Trump campaign can attack.
100%.
Michelle Obama, her husband, Trump can attack her husband, but he can't do anything to her, especially if they don't have any more debates. So you're going to have this grandiose, Biden steps out, a bunch of people are going to throw their names in the hat, and then the DNC is going to make a decision on who's going to be the nominee. We're 130 days from the election. Okay, so you will have early voting starts in September. You have 60 days until somebody starts voting. This is going to happen within the next 30 days. It will happen within the next 30 days, and literally you'll have every celebrity, every TikToker, every this, every that. Michelle, the savior, carrying on what Joe Biden started, blah, 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 blah. And then early voting starts in September. That is the worst case scenario for us as Christian conservatives. And I'm telling you, the framework is laying out perfectly for them to do something like that.
So one more thing before you move on. If it happens not to be Michelle and it does happen to be Newsom or for whatever, are we afraid or not afraid, just worried that a lot of the people that aren't voting for Trump or aren't voting for Biden and they don't like Newsom, what about them throwing their votes at somebody like RFK? I mean,
RFK doesn't have it.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying there are a lot of people in this country, and they're part of the problem, that are saying, I'm not voting for either one of these candidates. I don't like them.
That's why I keep believing it has to be Michelle. We're looking at this from a political lens, when in reality, we have said this a multitude of times. We've been looking at this through a lens. I've said it, this is a PR social media election.
True.
And if we know for a fact that they're not going to do another debate, they wait through the month of July. Biden steps down. People put their name in the hat, Kamala, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, and then out of the blue, Joe Biden will go and tap Michelle Obama. Michelle, will you? I know you don't want to do it, but for the sake of your country, Michelle, will you continue what I started? That's the PR, that's the everything. And then you've got 30 days of a complete and total social media onslaught. She'll be on CNN, MSNBC constantly. They'll throw her softball questions. She'll go on Kelly Clarkson. She'll go on The Daily Show. She'll go on Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, all this other kind of stuff. And then early voting starts in September, and they will not agree to any debates, and Donald Trump will not be able to attack her. This is what I have been pleading thing with the Trump team to worry about. Now, it's also very possible that it is Gavin Newsom, but then you have more of a traditional thing.
Right.
I'm trying to think, like, if I'm the Dems here, it's got to be Michelle Obama. It has to be.
Well, yeah,
because
and you've been saying that for...
She's the only one with the name recognition to take on Trump, to rival Trump, and she has no political record for Trump to attack. There's nothing. He can attack her husband, but that ain't her. You see what I'm saying? And I just think that the worst case scenario, which is what I believe, and comment below what you think. Am I nuts? Am I crazy? I just think that if you're the Democrats, you have to go at what you think is the biggest attack point to go after Donald Trump. And I just think the worst case scenario is Michelle Obama. And that's what worries me. And that's why the title of this episode is not, yay, celebration, Biden implodes. It's, whoa, this is what they want to happen. And I just do. I keep believing, and maybe it will be Gavin Newsom. Well, the one thing I do know is Biden ain't going to be on the ballot. That's the thing I do know. And I'm trying to think worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is Michelle Obama.
So, Graham, you and I talked before the show, and I told you that I was going to reach out to some of my friends and family members on the West Coast, because obviously it's very liberal over there. What I'm going to do is I'll have some information on Monday of what the feeling is over there after the debate last night, and I'll have some insight for you guys on Monday. Come Monday, the Monday show. I'm gonna ask a couple of questions like, are we still thinking Biden, or who would you vote for? Or are you leaning, you're jumping on Trump train now, kind of thing? And I'll let you guys know on Monday what they say.
It'll be interesting to see what they say. Yeah. But that's, I mean, that's really it, guys. I mean, this is a time not to celebrate. This is a time to refocus and prepare for what is going to come. Biden was never going to win this election. It was always going to be somebody else. And the script was to keep him on the ballot for as long as possible, destroy him publicly, and then bring somebody in to where they have nothing but like a 30 to 45 day PR campaign. And then honestly, they're hoping that people on social media are stupid, and that they're just going to vote with their emotions at that point, which is a very real and plausible strategy.